Hi and welcome back to Warframe. Today we're going to take a look at the Knux. It doesn't do that much damage over what I thought they'd do. The hammer is kind of fairly close to these. Now this was gifted to me by one of my clan members, so thank you very much to G for these. Much appreciated because they are really expensive to research in the lab. That and it takes 3 days, so yeah. And I am loving the animation on these. I could sit here doing this all day. Because you've got this one that's kind of spinning round when you first equip it, which looks pretty cool. And then this one that kind of pumps in and out. So, do really like this. Of course, you can build it in the lab, the blueprints in the grinner lab or the chemical lab, depends how you want to look at it. Or you can buy it for 170 platinum. Or you can be really lucky and have somebody gift it to you and forever be in their debt. Now, damage wise, it is actually pretty high. The status on it is huge. The crit, not so much, and the attack speed is kind of acceptable. What isn't is it comes with the unholy D slot that Ordis is hiding, because Ordis loves the D. There it is, the D slot, or however you want to pronounce that. Not even attempting it because I kept getting wrong for it. So it only comes with a D polarity, which doesn't really matter that much, but that could be a bit of a pain for these weapons. But it does look pretty nice, and considering the build and the research cost of these, this thing had better be absolutely amazing. Honestly, after using this thing for a while, the animation when you block, because there is no blocking in space, just kind of spins the fists, and it does look pretty cool. But using it, even before I managed to get this thing to 30, I was doing Uranus interception, leveled it on Earth interception for, I think I went in there twice to the 4 rounds, then to Uranus to basically finish it off. Because you need some mods in it before you can jump straight on Uranus, because Uranus can be painful sometimes. And I do know that technically they're only a level 29 here, but this is basically the build I threw on it, which is damage, extending the range, extending the fire, well, the attack speed, increase the status chance, and then it's just elemental. We've got radiation down here with viral over here. Could change that round to any order you really wanted it to be. I mean, instead of that, there's blast and corrosive. It's just that's the order it fell into. I'm not purposely putting these on every weapon. It's just it happens for some silly weird reason. And honestly, the thing was pretty impressive. I mean, it started life with, what was it, 16.3 puncture, 16.3 slash, 292.5 impact. And once you got some mods into it, okay, it didn't go up much. It only went to 26 for puncture and slash, but went up to 468 for impact, as well as the 729 viral and the 416 radiation I had on this. And once I actually got the elemental stuff onto it, it was much better. Before that went on, this thing just didn't hold up very well. Of course, that does include the status chance, which went all the way up to 66%. Would like to get it higher, but those dual status mods did come out before Archwing did, so I mean, you could see I do have one. I think that dropped from some alerts or from an event. I cannot remember where that came from, but it did drop once, but it's only one and it's for fire. I think it does shotgun as well, because I think there was a shotgun one for Archwing, or no, melee for Archwing, and the weaponry for Archwing, the primary. Would like to say secondary still, but meh. So these things, I will admit, they were a lot better than I expected. I still don't see why there's a wall attack on Archwing melee weapons, because you cannot wall run and attack somebody with it. The crit multiplier is, the crit chance I should say, is only 10%, so the crit build on this isn't really that effective. The channeling cost is still 5, so it's not that bad, but with the attack speed mod in there, it did go up to 1.1, so the biggest complaint about this weapon is the cost of it. Now, I have heard rumours that Thai rigor is supposed to drop these. Cannot confirm if that's true or not because I cannot find anybody. I should rephrase that before I even say it. I cannot find anybody that I trust who has actually dropped this thing from Thai rigor and can confirm it. I have had a few people who just randomly sent me messages that aren't even on my friends list saying that you can get it from him, which I thought was pretty weird. But I can't see it dropping from him and still costing 300 tellurium to do the research for. If they have, something has gone terribly wrong somewhere, because that is just the research side of this. What it will cost to build it shouldn't be as much as that. But come on, 300 tellurium? That is expensive. And we're talking ridiculously expensive at that. There is no reason that this should have cost 300 tellurium to research. Yes, it is a pretty decent weapon. It is pretty devastating, but it's not the best archwing weapon though. Because if you compare it to something like, I forgot the name of it, the Wrathbone. The Wrathbone is slightly worse, but it does have 15% crit. The Veritux, it's not worth comparing to because it has to be an impact-based weapon, which basically just leaves the Wrathbone because the Onyx is a slash weapon. The Veritux, even the Prisma Veritux, are both slash-based. And then there is the Centaur, that is also a slash-based weapon. So the Wrathbone, okay, it's not as good. It is literally, what is it, 224 impact. Whereas this is 292.5, but it does happen to have 42 puncture, where the Knux only has a 16.3. So even though it's not as good as the Wrathbone, the Wrathbone's not as good as the Knux when it comes to all the rest of the numbers, the fact it has a little bit more puncture on there means it's going to be more usable across all the enemy types and you don't have to keep setting up weapons for everything else. Anyway, I'm babbling again. I cannot understand the spin attack on the archwing weapons. 3561.6 spin attack these things have with that build in it, and you cannot slide in space, so there is no spin attacks. Really don't understand that one. Some of the stats that often normal melee weapons are showing up under archwing weapons when they really shouldn't, like the wall attack as I mentioned before. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.